How you do it? A 5-minute field clean, mate. Look at that, ready to go again.
Perfect. Yeah, you want to bring that up for us? Cheers, bro. Oh, fuck, did I put my light on?
Is there anything else or?
Nah, must be pretty right. Oh. Oh. Just grab one of the bundles of zip line set.
Yeah, alrighty, so I can't remember exactly what's going on here, but I was being super lazy, no chest harness, no ascenders, just foot locking and using my pole belt as a chest harness. You know, it is good to get you out of pickle, but yeah, I was just being lazy.
Fuck it hell.
Like, this is seriously so fucking painful to watch. I thought this was going to be heaps easier at the time, and it was really fucking difficult for some reason. I know, I'm not practicing this stuff enough. Look, at least it wasn't too much of an ascent to go up and try and get up to the top of this thing. So it's just fucking around on where I got the time. Just gonna try and start doing some of these voiceovers, see if I can't try and make these videos at least a little bit more interesting. I don't know. So these are she oaks or casuarinas. They kind of grow in sort of more coastal or swampy areas. There's usually water where you find casuarinas. And yeah, you're going to have to bear with me for a bit on this voiceover stuff, because the only time I really get to edit any videos is when Joel's driving me an hour and a half into Sydney. And the inside of my van is that noisy that the only time I can do a voiceover is when we pull up somewhere at a servo or something. I actually do remember regretting having just settled for this sort of shitty high point to
You want to chuck them on my rope for us?
begin with, because it really fucking fucks me over towards the end anyways. But yeah, these are just shit whippy, tangly trees. Be real pain to remove sometimes. Got the first little one on for you? Yeah. I'll start with a little one. We'll see how sketch it is. Putting it in there with you.
Hey, Fisher, put your high line.
Thanks, mate. You reckon you'll be right? I'm very sketchy about sending logs in there with you.
Go.
Just do what he says. Give it a jiggle, bitch.
Jiggle. Well done, Fish.
Easy, Dad.
Oh, get this up. That's good.
Yeah, once we get a bundle of 5 or 3. Ready? So it might seem a little bit pointless doing the zip line, it's not that far, but the driveway is incredibly steep, so this sort of just saved the guys having to walk up and down that driveway and potentially risk slipping over. It worked out alright, going straight into the back of the truck with some of these hits, so yeah. But yeah, it wasn't so much of a big, tricky climb, just a bit of an awkward, smaller one, especially without spikes, trying to stand on these straight stem barrels like that. Hey! Give me some of that rope! This right here we call a girth hitch. Yeah, that's girth hitching it right there. Bang.
Was there much else off this one, Andrew?
Hey?
Was there much else off this one? Much else?
Yeah, that up. Yeah.
Because I got this high one. Do you want to take?
Down, mate.
Yeah, all good. Do you want to chuck us the bundle up, Joe?
Yeah, the one you're on, of course. Just some of that fluff. And
Just
the one.
this one?
Yeah, that one. See the one in front of you?
This one?
Yeah, and that's probably that. Can you get to the next one up?
Yeah, that next one. No worries.
I don't want to strip it.
Too bad, but yeah, we're going to do something. You want to chuck it on my yellow, Joel?
So I've really come to realise Joel doesn't actually hear the words that I'm saying, but seeing the rope being flicked like that. That's usually his indication to know what the fuck to do next, I guess.
Nice, mate.
So the funny thing about the zipline kits is I held off buying one for ages. Like I don't use ziplines all that much. But then when you own 12 or so straps with beaners on them, you got it all set there ready to go. You'd be surprised how often you actually find use for a zipline kit and how handy it is. I usually keep 2 of them on my harness like Jacob from Guilty of Treason does. Yeah, handy. Well, that was anticlimactic. This is what I was saying earlier about not having spikes being kind of difficult, so I'm doing the old crisscross on the pole belt for this one. So it goes from left around to the right and back around, yeah. So you get that X, so basically it hugs the barrel a little bit tighter, more surface area. doesn't help me in this case though. I still come around to this backside. But yeah, definitely sort of tricky, but you know, where's the fun if there's no challenge?
Right, you want to try and pull you over, fish?
Yeah. Give us a pull. Nearly had it.
How, mate? Let me just get you out. You got all tangled there, buddy.
Yeah, I know, it's great, eh? At least I don't have much tail out.
Ready? One.
Yeah.
Ready?
Give us a good couple. Let's see if we can get in there.
One.
Yep. We're on.
Right.
Yep.
Don't let him go.
So this is the beginning of the end. So basically my high point isn't really running in a straight line from where it is to here. And so there's a lot of friction between my high point and this redirect. Can't remember if I reset it again later, but basically at the end when I try to retrieve it, it fucking doesn't work and I have to walk back up this with no spikes on the pole belt. When you fail at retrieving it, it makes this knot look real sketch.
Go cut this a little bit out of my way.
So hopefully there's a better angle from the ground showing this, but there's actually a lot of friction where that bends around those branches there. See that? That's a lot of friction. And so hopefully there might have been more, but fucking just even something like that totally changes how effective it is retrieving that redirect. So I'm actually waiting a second because Andrew's still cutting stuff in the back there, but you know Jeff's pretty keen. He gives me a little signal that he should go. But yeah, even though Jeff thinks they're ready, I really don't want to make that cut without Andrew at least paying attention to what the fuck's going on behind him. Did I just do that?
Jump on top of the pile! You committed, mate. That was good.
That's where I wanted it to land.
was done.
Stop!
Hands up!
Ah, piss poor. Do you want to tie them on for us there, Joel?
Here you go. Look out for our mate. Hey, Fish. Put that one above your head. That's,
Yeah, take this one. Yeah, the sticker one just here.
yeah. Wait, that one. See where your foot is?
That one there.
The smallies.
Yeah, get rid of this fluff.
Yeah, and
So this one I'm holding.
yeah, I'll go see Mark, right?
And we probably just get away with taking that droopy and one more out of, maybe a little bit out of the tip of that.
Yeah, it's probably about it. Cool.
Oh, sad, sad.
reckon?
Yeah, see that little one?
Out here?
Yeah, that one there, I think fish.
Sweet.
And just stay up there. I'll go get marked, right?
No worries.
Hang up there for that fish.
Will do.
Just hang fire in and fish. I'll go get it. Yeah, Fisher,
You?
see that one you just on?
Yeah?
The big one, get that back to the collar, off the truck.
Back down there?
Yeah,
Yeah? Just the end of it or all the way back in?
yeah, that one you just on, mate, back to the barrel.
Righto.
And that's it, mate. Why do you want to strip it off? You know what I'm saying?
Alrighty, so right up here, right now, this is something you want to just check on if you ever get a chance. You want to have it so it's got a big enough loop there so that when you visually inspect it even from a distance, you can tell that it's going to have at least your 2 half hitches and a good tail. And yeah, again, the friction and everything that was around that point when I did that just made it really difficult later on to retrieve.
Yeah, right back in, no worries.
But yeah, this is one of those moments where I kind of thought I'd end up having to come back out and take it all away anyways, but you know, I don't mind. It was at least worth a try so they could see it before doing it that way.
Oh, that's alright. Oh, Jeff, I was trying to use that as a stabilizer for a sec there. Ready? Big old Jeff boss. Go on, Joel, push it into him. Lift, son. All good. All right, Jeff, big mud. Jeff, do you want this last one in 1 or 2?
Yeah, do it.
We'll go 2 because you hesitated.
Yeah, I'll go 2. Yeah, go 2.
I hope you're paying attention and learning, Joel.
I do love this thing for sure.
Alright, green rope's coming out.
Now, fish. Yeah, you can drop that line, fish. Drop that one. Fisher, when you come back down, mate, you just clean these effies up on this one, please.
On this one here?
Yeah, see the effies here, just below, mate.
Yep.
You just clean those effies up, please.
No worries.
That's it, mate.
Oh.
Beautiful, look at that.
Heads up, Jeff.
Yeah, I'm trying to get these quickly before you get to me.
Oh, watch your head.
Oh, watch it. You're right.
Ah.
You right?
Oh, that's alright, yeah. I was trying to land up here so my tail
Hey,
doesn't hit.
no, I was just watching that solar panel.
Yeah.
All I heard was watch your head, so I ducked.
Yeah, I was just watching that when you came through.
Yeah, I was watching it. It's all good. I don't like hitting shit. Alright. Hopefully this redirect pulls out.
Right?
Said hopefully this redirect pulls out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Brett said that happened. He had
Oh,
to climb
sure.
back up.
Oh,
Tie it to the truck and pull.
come on.
Uh-uh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-uh. Looks like the fish is going back up.
Let's see if I can...
Alright, because he's got that knot in it.
Yeah, you've got it.
It was meant to pull free, but...
Yeah. It's always meant to.
And now it's at a point where I wouldn't actually trust it to climb off of. I knew this was going to be a good test. I haven't done it on anything with rough bark yet. Alright, so what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to sort of demonstrate how that canopy tie works just a little bit closer. Hopefully the microphone hears me okay. Alright, so this is your main high point, clipped off over here somewhere. And so this just here, I should probably turn the fucking flash on somehow. Is that better? Yeah. So this is your main working line, you're working your tree, whatever. And then you found, generally you'd be looking for a union. And then you gotta pass this up and over. And so things that I've been finding are pretty important is like the order in which you lay this bite over the fork. So you want it to be, if it's like a join like this, it's a bit tighter, you'd want that retrieval end sort of sitting on top, because then it's going to be able to pull a bit easier, as opposed to if that was on top, it'd have the weight, so it would be under more friction to get that out. And then basically if you're working in any wind, or if there's any potential of the 2 points moving further apart and closer together, you want to make sure you leave enough slack to allow for that movement in the tree. Because basically, if you're pulling out on this high point and it starts stretching this, that can potentially pull on that retrieval leg as well. So yeah, you want to make sure, and you want a nice clear line, because what happened in that video, I think, is that with all the friction and stuff between, so you want to make sure these half hitches are as far apart as possible. And again, you just want to make sure that there's decent space between everything. Yeah, because the whole way this knot releases depends on that section of rope to pass through these 2 clove hitches. And so basically, if the tree's creeped or anything, what can happen is that it'll pull that spaced clove hitch closer into like a normal clove hitch, and then when it comes to trying to retrieve that, it can add a whole extra challenge, and especially if this is, say, not running in a clear line, so as you're tugging on it, it's not really putting that force into this. It's kind of actually relies on a bit of a flicking motion in order to come undone. And again, you just want to make sure that that retrieval leg is laid on top and not underneath. Again, just a nice big gap. And then, so when you're pulling on the retrieval end, no weight on this, those knots are still far apart, allowing them to just open up and let that bite fall through. Alright, hopefully that's in depth enough.
Alright, so what I'm about to do, I wouldn't recommend to anyone. Don't worry, I'm not actually going to just ascend straight up this rope. I'm just going to use my pole belt without the spikes and just sort of, I still put a lot of weight on that high point. Which, you know, when you see what it looks like up there, and after that little explanation of what was there, I was sort of worried that if it had sort of got to a point where the you know, when the 2 half hitches close towards a clove hitch, I was worried that the bite might be just there, and then so, you know, I might have loosened it by trying to flick it, but yeah, it held up enough for me to get up there at least.
It's the worst. I haven't had it happen yet, so about time.
Climb down here, get Joel to rake it up.
Thanks for watching.